Gray of my people back several generations from Alabama. I like all areas of the country, but I'm so proud to be from the South because it's just everybody ought to be proud where they're from. And when you're from the South, sometimes people say, why are you so proud of being out? You could sit here till next week and ask me and say, I think you're proud of being from the South because I think you're glad you're from the South because, and y'all would never get it. So tonight I'll explain it to you. When you have a son named Beaver, an interesting thing happens. My sister and I were in a hotel gift shop and I heard her say, oh, Jeannie, come over here. Come over here. Look in this little thing. And there was a little glass beaver. She said, oh, you got to have that. You got to have that. I said, you're right. So I took it. I even went back and paid for it. I just This was 30 to 40 years ago. And I just had one beaver. There are two types of people in the world. People who collect things and people who don't. When you have one thing, that's not a collection. But a few months after that, when I got the glass beaver, I was in a gift shop by myself somewhere, and I saw a bunch of puppets. And there was a beaver puppet. Teeth, big tail going up your arm. I didn't even need my sister. I said, I got to have that. And I brought the beaver puppet home, and then I had two, and a collection was born. Fast forward years. I now have what has to be the world's largest collection of these rodents. Plastic, glass, rocks, pewter, silver, you name it, hundred. And everybody that goes on vacation sees a beaver and they come back and they say, look, we saw this and we bought it. I say, this is the problem, left brain can't cover, remember? He says, we got that one. But what the right thing is to do, even though you've got 5 more just like it, you say, oh, I've never seen one like that. Not much. So after a while, a few years ago, left brain said, look, honey, we can't, they're all over the house. At the dining room table, they're sitting in chairs. People come over here and look around, and they will say, how will you know when you have rats? So one day, left brain did something, and it irritated me a little bit. He doesn't do that much. It irritated me, and I put one in the refrigerator, teeth out. That night he got up behind her and he opened that refrigerator door and slammed it back. Why are you trying to scare me? I couldn't hear a thing. So the connection got so big, I finally said I won't get any more. I promise. And I went to Spokane, up in the Great Northwest, and I couldn't get in my room. And usually, y'all, this is so good. If we pull out that southern accent, I said, oh no, I needed to get in the room because I wanted to walk on your river walk. And she says, it goes for miles. I said, I know, if I could just get in there and change my clothes. And she said, okay, because she thought I had never been anywhere before in my life. So I went up to the 15th floor and put on my walking clothes and left my bag. And as I was walking out of the hotel, I'm going to hyperventilate just telling you. I was walking out of the hotel and passed in the gift shop. A beaver, this beaver. It looked like a live beaver. I thought maybe they had stuffed one, but no, it wasn't. But I knew it wasn't because it had blue eyes. And I turned and went into the gift shop and I said, I want that beaver. How much is it? That's not the right order to ask her. But she told me what it was, and I said, I can do that. I said, can I put it on my room now? I don't have any money with me or a credit card or anything. I'm going walking. And she said, well, I said, I bet it'll be gone when I get back. I don't think so. I've been working here 5 years. So I said, no, somebody might come in here and get it. I'm going to get it, put it on my room. I said, I'll pay up later. I took it to the 15th floor, threw it in my room, and I left. An hour later, I came back. Went up to the 15th floor, and there are a group of people in the hall. And I'm walking, and I said, my gosh, they're near my room. And outside my room, there were 2 women from housekeeping. And they were upset. One of them had a plumber's friend, reared back. The other one had a fat water bottle and was holding the neck of it with the fat side up. is a man that was a character in the greatest television show ever produced, the Andy Griffith Show. Barney Fife was standing right up there. And he was telling other hotel guests, move along, we got it under control. Y'all just go ahead, we got it. I stepped up and I said, this is my room, is there a problem? He said, Ms. Robertson, he knew my name. It's come to our attention that you've got a pet in your room. I said, no. Now, every one of you would have known just like I did. These two women went in there and saw this big beaver, hairy-looking thing in there and scared them to death. And that was getting the words. They started right down in here. I think what these two women saw, but before I could get them up and out of my mouth, the woman with the plumber's friend said, I went in there and ran across my foot and went around the other side of the room. And the water bottle woman said, I saw it too. So now I begin to think, well, maybe it's the stuffed animal, but maybe something else is in there. And he said, well, Ms. Robertson, it could have been a marmot. Now, see, you're almost silence indicates to me you don't know what a marmot is. Mine was varmint. A marmot, like, we don't know what this thing is. We got dirt daubers and possums and raccoons, but we don't know anything about a marmot. A marmot, I didn't know what it was either. But then the man kept talking, and he said, sometimes, since they live in the river outside the hotel, they will just come up out of the river and in broad daylight will walk across the parking lot to this hotel and get over to the edge of the lobby and look to see if they can get through and go walking right through. Now I'm thinking Bigfoot, Sasquatch. So I didn't say anything. What this man did not realize he just told me was there was a creature, as Ernest T. Bass would say, that could live down in this water. And when it took a notion, it could rise up out of that water. And in broad daylight, like it owns Spokane, walk across that parking lot, get over to the lobby, and be smart enough to look until nobody was watching and walk straight across the lobby. But what he didn't also know is, he's telling me, apparently, this thing could get on an elevator and punch a button to the 15th floor. So I kept my mouth shut. And Barney says, we're going in. I'm embarrassed to tell you, I got in 4th place. I didn't have a weapon. I didn't have a water bottle, a plumber's friend. And he said, we're going in, y'all behind me. The two women and Barney, and got to the door and stopped and said, sometime they might be in the shower. Y'all stay back here. Now we're going to see Sasquatch in there taking a shower. But he wasn't, and he shut the bathroom door and came in, and there on the bedroom floor was a puddle of sheets where they had apparently just thrown them. He reached under with his billy club and mashed his thumb on it and jerked the sheets off, and there in the floor was my stuffed animal. I don't know what made me do what I did. I said, oh, no! Oh, my pet's dead! The plumber's friend said, well, I might have kicked it, but she killed it. They started looking and punching and saying, it's just a stuffed animal. Would you look at you? Told me you saw it. I was backing you up. Barney never smiled. A couple hours went by, there was a knock on my door, and I went, and there were the ladies from housekeeping. They looked at me and said, you still got that thing? And I said, yeah, what's up? If we could just borrow it a couple hours. Keeping here thinks she's hot stuff. We're gonna cool her down. And that's why I'm so glad I grew up in the South. If I'd grown up in the great Northwest, I would have a son named Marmot. What time do you have? I'm going to see how many questions I can do fast, and then I have a big closing.